at you, smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads. Standing in the huddle, listening to the call. Fans going crazy for the boys of fall.
All right, there's a lot of Boys of Fall videos and games this weekend on local Fox and local ABC affiliates, local games here in Oklahoma City and nationally that you can see here in Oklahoma City also. There's a ton of them, so let's get to it. As far as Big 12 is concerned, there's a local game on. Number 24, Iowa State at OSU, 12 o'clock noon on FX. I like Iowa State. I know that Oklahoma State's going to be angry because of the way that it all happened last year and all this good stuff, but it's a young quarterback, and this defense is for real at Iowa State. I think Iowa State gets the win. The next local game's at 2:30 when on ABC ESPN2 regional coverage, where Texas Tech, number 17th ranked in the country, will take on number 23 ranked in the BCS TCU. I like Tech. You saw that this defense is improved. You saw that against Oklahoma, even though they gave up. We gave it. We gave them. They gave us 49 points. You still saw that Tech was improved as far as that's concerned, and you really saw it last week against West Virginia. I like Texas Tech. The next game on the docket, there's two more local games, Big 12 games. My Sooners host Kansas. Kansas at 9th ranked Oklahoma, 6 o'clock on Fox Sports Net. I like Oklahoma. Bob Stoops has done very well in trap games, as you say, and games after Texas. So games after Texas and a trap game, I think Oklahoma gets the check mark. Finally, 4th ranked in the BCS, Kansas State at 13th ranked in the BCS, West Virginia, 6 p.m. Fox National, benefacto Big 12 title game, if you will. Give me West Virginia. I think that West Virginia is bad about the way that they played, and I don't think that Kansas State's able to score the way that Tech did score. Nationally, Louisiana Lafayette at North Texas, ESPN2, Tuesday, 8 p.m. I like North Texas. They got a good coach now. Used to be at Iowa State. Took a couple. Did pretty well there at Iowa State. Took a couple of years off. He's back in college football. I think that he gets this win. Thursday night, Division 1 AA or Division 3, ESPN3.com. You'll have North Alabama at West Georgia. I like North Alabama in this matchup. North Alabama plays very well. West Georgia, not very good at home. I think North Alabama wins this game. CBS Sports, you can see New Haven and Stonehill. I like New Haven. New Haven just scores more points than Stonehill. They're averaging more points, therefore it should be a pretty easy win. Hampton at North Carolina Central on ESPN3.com. Again, should be pretty easy game. I like North Carolina Central on this one. Like I said, Hampton is not the better team as far as what I can see on the internet. North Carolina Central is. They're playing at home, so knock me down for Central. Big time college football is also played at 7 p.m. on Thursday. Houston at SMU, Fox Sports Net. I like Houston. This team is a team that's angry about the way that they lost to Texas State. They're not going to live for it anymore. They're over that. And I just don't think that Garrett Gilbert can do it even at SMU. So mark me down for Houston. 8 p.m., of course, on Thursday night, you can see the number 2 ranked team in the Bowl Championship Series, Oregon, at Arizona State, ESPN2. Mark me down for number 2, Oregon. Oregon they're too fast. Oregon is. I don't think Arizona State's able to keep up with it. Friday night, 7 o'clock, ESPN regular. University of Connecticut at the University of Syracuse. Knock me down for UConn. UConn has always played defense in this league, always played hard on defense in this league, and so mark me down for the University of Connecticut. The Saturday game slates all start, of course, at 11 a.m., as they always do. Number 6 ranked LSU at 18th ranked BCS Texas A&M on ESPN. I like Texas A&M. I like this quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He knows what he's doing out there. What's going to make it hard for him, though, I think that the crowd's going to make up for it, but it's not going to make it easy with a freshman going up against LSU's defense. But I think that the home crowd gets him the W. ABC Regional / ESPN2, the University of Purdue at The Ohio State University. Ohio State's undefeated. Ohio State's a good team. They just can't get the love because of the sanctions. But Ohio State, I think, still wins this game. They're still undefeated for a reason. Georgia Tech at 20th BCS ranked Clemson, ESPN2 ABC regional coverage. I like Clemson. Brent Venables is doing a tremendous job with that defense. I just didn't get enough stops against Florida State, but that doesn't mean that this isn't a good team. Mark it down for Clemson. 15th ranked Rutgers at Temple, ESPN3.com. I like Rutgers. I think that that's going to be between them, Cincinnati, and Louisville for the title. Therefore, I think that Rutgers gets over Temple. Minnesota at Wisconsin, ESPNU. I like Wisconsin. The Badgers are playing very well right now. They have of course, the early loss to Oregon State, who, by the way, they're still undefeated. They have the loss to Nebraska, who, could very well win the division. Therefore, Wisconsin isn't as bad as you think that they are. I think they get this win, though. They're playing much better now in league play. Northern Illinois at Arkin, ESPN3.com. Mark me down for Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois is a good team. I think that they're better than Arkin. More passing yards and everything, so statistically, Northern Illinois should win. Finally, Auburn at Vanderbilt, KSBI, 52 here in Oklahoma City. I like Vanderbilt. I'm just not that impressed with what Auburn has supposedly put together, this team. I'm not surprised. I'm not impressed. 11:30 a.m., Wake Forest at University of Virginia, ESPN3.com. Mark me down for Yuba. Yuba obviously didn't play that well against CCU earlier, but this isn't Big 12 play. This is ACC play. They're very well at home, so mark it down. At 12 o'clock on ESPN3.com, there's a couple of games like Army at Eastern Michigan. Mark me down for Eastern Michigan. I mean, I think that there's a reason why. I just think that Eastern Michigan is just better than Army. And I hope the Army, I hope that they don't get offended by this, but they're a military institution. Eastern Michigan should walk away with this one, since they're at Eastern Michigan. FIU, Florida International at Troy, ESPN3.com. Troy, I think that Troy's a good program. They're able to get a lot of the recruits that a lot of other people don't want. They pulled away Joshua Jorbo from Oklahoma when he was declared that they weren't going to let him play anymore at Oklahoma. They chose him to come and play for them at Troy. San Jose State at Texas San Antonio, ESPN3.com. UTSA is a good program. I like University of San Antonio. They only have the one loss on the year, so there you got that going for you. So therefore, I like that. What's happening there? The 2 o'clock games. Number 20 Stanford at Cal on Big Fox, National Fox. 20th ranked Stanford is not happy about the way that they played against Notre Dame. They're not happy that they didn't get that last call. I think that they take a lot of advantage on that on Cal. Only 2 wins on the year for California. So give me Stanford. Boston College and Georgia Tech match up on ESPN3.com. Give me BC. Now, Georgia Tech is a hard team to prepare for, no doubt. But everybody's prepared. Everybody's done that for Virginia Tech or Georgia Tech. So that should be pretty nullified there. 2:30 on NBC. Brigham Young at 5th ranked BCS Notre Dame on NBC. The Mormons versus the Catholics. Give me the Catholics. BYU just does not have enough offense already. Not to mention how nasty that defense is playing for Notre Dame right now. So mark me down for Notre Dame. College Game Day will be at this next game. CBS will have it for you. It's 7th ranked South Carolina at 2nd ranked BCS Florida. Give me Florida. The Gators. They chomped at LSU. Not in their division. South Carolina is in their division, along with Georgia and all those teams. So the mark down for Georgia to do that. South Florida at Louisville, 16th ranked Louisville, ABC regional coverage. Mark me down for Louisville. As I said, it's between Rutgers, Louisville, and Cincinnati for this division, for this conference. I don't think that Louisville has any problem with South Florida. Nebraska at Northwestern, ABC/ESPN2. Mark me down for Northwestern. They're still a good team. Penn State gave them a show the other night, yes, but they're still a good team. They know how to get it done. The Blue Turf, the Smurf Turf, on NBC Sports Network. University of Las Vegas, UNLV at Boise State, 22nd ranked in the BCS. Mark me down for the Blue Turf. They never lose on the Blue Turf. North Carolina State at Maryland, ESPNU. North Carolina State still hasn't come back from that loss that they had way early in the year, game 1 against Tennessee. They still haven't capitalized. They still haven't gotten over that. And by the way, Tennessee is not that good. So give me Maryland. Pittsburgh at Buffalo, ESPN3.com. I think the Pittsburgh is just the better team. They have a little bit more experience in big-time games. They have a better coach. It's going to be Pittsburgh. Ball State at Central Michigan, ESPN3.com. Give me Ball State. They're tough, and they play their defense the right way. This is an interesting one. CBS Sports Network, Indiana at Navy. Give me Navy. I'm not that impressed with what Kevin Sumlin has yet done there. At Indiana, former OU assistant. Kevin Wilson, I'm sorry. Not that impressed with what he's done so far. I think Navy gets him since it's at Navy. A couple of later ones. Division 2/Division 3. Concord at Liberty, ESPN3.com. Give me Liberty. They're playing at home. Shorter at Western Alabama, ESPN3.com at 3 o'clock. Give me the Western Alabama team. This is the team that's very disciplined. They know how to win in this environment. At home, Louisiana Monroe at Western Kentucky on ESPN3.com. Now this one, mark me down for Western Kentucky. I know what you're going to say about Louisiana Monroe. They should have beaten Auburn. They did beat Arkansas. But those two teams in the SEC aren't all that great, to be honest with you. And the team that they should have beaten in Baylor, well, they're not that good either. They just got hosed by TCU. So, give me Western Kentucky. 6 o'clock p.m., ESPN3.com has two of them. 21st ranked Cincinnati is at Toledo. Give me Toledo. I know that 21st ranked Cincinnati does all these good things in their Big East, but just be careful. This is an out-of-conference game. It's a rivalry game. They're going to be ready to hit, and I think that Toledo could get them. Idaho State at Louisiana Tech, ESPN3.com. Give me Louisiana Tech. They took Texas A&M out of the SEC, took them to the fourth quarter after being completely ousted in that game. They came all the way back and made it an interesting game. So give me Louisiana Tech. Marshall at Southern Mississippi, ESPN3.com. Give me Marshall. Southern Mississippi does not impress me that much. they had to get things rocking and rolling with a new coach and a new staff. It just can't got it happening yet. 7 o'clock p.m. The other regional game besides the Baylor and Texas, you can also see on ESPN on ABC Regional. You can see 14th ranked Florida State at Miami. Give me Miami. I like Miami in this game. They are playing very well right now. They have a one loss at home, and that's it. It's to North Carolina. And North Carolina, that was their benefactor championship game. I still think that Miami has some things to prove. And finally, Utah, 9:30. San Diego State at Nevada on CBS Sports Network. Give me Nevada. It's a home game. They don't lose at home very often. And finally, at 9:30 on ESPN2, Utah at 8th-ranked BCS Oregon State. Give me the Beavers. I like Oregon State in this matchup. It's a good matchup to have Oregon State in as they continue conference play. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, Boomer Sooner.
They didn't let just anybody in that club. They took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood to get to wear those game day jerseys down the hall. The kings of the school, man, where the boys are fall. Well, let's